Hello, I'm Peter Towers, Managing Director of ESS Small Business and ESS Biz Tools. Welcome to Empowering SMEs. Future-proofing is vital for SME company directors and committee members of organisations. Creating future-proofing is an important part of the strategic planning for company directors and officers and committee members and officers of not-for-profits, charities, sporting and social organisations. ESS Small Business has launched the Corporate Governance Network, which is targeted at directors and committee members and officers of all types of organisations. The challenge is, are you and your organisation developing strategies which will contribute to future-proofing your company and your organisation so that your company and organisation are fit to meet the challenges in the next few years? Because there are plenty of challenges. The Corporate Governance Network covers a wide range of business issues because, after all, that's what corporate governance is all about. We are presenting this in 8 90 to 120 minute webinar workshops during 2018-19. The first series of webinar workshops has commenced. The remaining 3 are to be presented on Wednesday the 15th of August at 12 noon and again at 7 p.m. that night. And the next one is on Tuesday the 21st of August at 7:30 a.m. You can pick which session you wish to attend, or if you're very keen, you can come to each of them if you like. After that, we will decide on 1 or 2 times to present the remaining webinar workshops during 2018-19. Your investment for this unique way of communicating to SME company directors and committee members of organisations on all things to do with corporate governance is only $499, including GST, and that covers you for the full 12-month program. And if there's more than one person from your company or organisation who wishes to participate in the Corporate Governance Network, we have a discounting scale that's available for you. What are the issues confronting directors and committee members in 2018? I think all organisations are looking to find and keep quality staff. Corporate memory is a very important issue, especially in organisations that have a big turnover of committee members and perhaps staff. What was agreed to 3 or 4 years ago might be forgotten. It needs to be documented. Digital disruption is affecting all of us. New market trends. Look at them around you. Look what's happening in the food industry, the grocery industry, the wine and beer industries, just to mention a few. Newspapers, TV stations, with the merger of Channel 9 and Fairfax. Winning new business is a challenge for all types of organisations and companies. What innovation is taking place? And are you happy with it? Is it being properly documented? Is the intellectual property that's being developed being protected? What's going on in marketing and sales? Is the marketing image being presented in the right way? Are appropriate budgets and cash flow forecasts being prepared? And as a director or a committee member, do you understand those? What's your debtors' days outstanding in your company or organisation? If it's over 35 days, what is the board or committee doing about it? Are you abreast of what's happening in your human resources area? Are you receiving prompt reports? What about the workplace health and safety system within your organisation? Is it functioning satisfactorily? Do you know anything about government grants? And is your company or organisation accessing those so that you can get the benefit of some payments from the federal or state government? Is research and development being undertaken in a fit and proper manner so that you can obtain the taxation rebates? Hopefully you are a company, and if you're not a company and you're undertaking research and development activities, then I would suggest you should be looking very quickly at becoming a company. Have you identified potential research and development that significant income could be earned from? And is this technology or system or methodology being protected so that your company or organisation owns it? Has your company or organisation got an appropriate system for safeguarding trade secrets that have been developed? And is there a process for registering patents for any new technology that you have developed? What skills are needed to be a director of your company or a committee member of your organisation? Do you prepare a skills matrix to identify the type of skills you'd like to have and then analyse the skills that your current directors or committee members have and identify the areas where you are a little bit weak on, and then set out to try to find new directors or new committee members that can bring those skills to your board or committee? And this leads to, obviously, to having an ongoing policy of identifying potential new board or committee members. And if you're going to bring new people in, you need to have a policy of saying we're going to refresh the board or committee every so often. It's time to have a change of faces sitting around the table. Is your board of directors aware of the new opportunities that are emerging this year? The crowdsource funding, equity raising legislations in its final stages of debate in the Senate. And I think in the near future we will have that legislation passed, which will enable private companies to be able to raise up to $5 million every year if they wish, and if the market supports them, of course. What potential opportunities does that bring to your company? And are you thinking about establishing strategies so that you can take advantage of this market if your company needs to raise capital? And if your company is already developing new products, processes, services, organisational or management methodologies, have you thought of taking advantage of the early stage innovation company status to try to raise capital? What do you want your company or organisation to look like in 3 years' time? This should be part of your strategic planning deliberations. Revenue, profit, cash flow, what's that going to be like? What services or products are you going to supply to your customers, clients? What technology is your organisation going to need? That's a big question, I know. Trying to work out what might be around in 3 years' time. But there are people who can undertake that type of research for you. What about your team? Are your team still going to be able to handle the stresses and requirements in 3 years' time? Do they need more training? And if so, when's the training start? And who's going to deliver the training? Are you happy with your brand image? I heard a disturbing report earlier today that a major tourist organisation in Australia is seriously contemplating changing their brand because of a very serious accident that occurred there a year or so ago. Brand is a very important asset for a company or an organisation to be very conscious of. Brands need to be protected. Are you happy with the governance and leadership within your organisation? What sort of outcomes are you looking for as a board of directors or a committee? What about your shareholders or members? What about your team? And what about your customers or clients? Let's look at a challenge for the next 3 months. What strategic initiatives do you think you need to take? What 3 major items should you be nailing in the next 3 months which will make your organisation a better, stronger, more dynamic organisation? These are some of the issues which we are going to discuss in the Corporate Governance Network. I'm very proud to tell you that I've been joined by 6 major Australian representatives of various aspects of the business community: marketing, sales, debtors management, workplace health and safety, human resources, a very experienced director who is chair of a listed public company that's now in the top 200 on the ASX, a government grant expert, and an accountant to talk about taxation issues. Why don't you find out more about the Corporate Governance Network by going to www.ESS-Small-Business.com.au and then click on Corporate Governance Network. And I would love to know that you're in the audience when we make our next webinar workshop presentation on the 15th of August or the 21st of August, whichever date suits you, and obviously whichever time frame suits you. Have a great day. Goodbye.